Morocco is a land of sensory overload, of magic and mystery at every turn, of snake charmers and fortune tellers with kasbahs and medinas and souks, colorful spices, and some of the most aromatic food in the world. Come for dinner! Couscous! Couscous!
Morocco and its food are a cultural crossroads between Africa, Europe, and the Middle East, between the original Berber desert tribes, the invading Arabs, and European colonizers. Today, Morocco has one of the most exotic and enticing cuisines in the world, and it's famous for its prolific use of spices. But how does a world-class food culture flourish in a desert region?
I'm heading into the Atlas Mountains east of Marrakesh. We're heading for an ancient Berber village, Tamalelt. And when I get there, I'm looking forward to meeting a famous Moroccan chef. He's going to show me where he grew up, and we're going to enjoy a traditional meal with some of his old family friends.
Chef Bouki is from the Berber tribe and grew up in the desert. He's passionate about the culture and flavors of Morocco. So I'm looking forward to cooking with him and meeting his friends.
All the villages here come one time a week for this market.
Everything looks great, eh?
And everything is grown locally.
So what are we going to make with these?
We're going to use them for the couscous.
To make couscous?
For the couscous, yeah. For the beans and tomatoes, we're going to use them for tagine.
Tagine and couscous?
Tagine and couscous, yeah.
Do you have to buy the couscous here as
No,
well?
everyone here, they make their own couscous.
Really?
Yes, from
Excellent.
their own couscous.
Excellent.
Cilantro too. You don't need to touch it, you just...
Oh, that's beautiful. That's some of the strongest smelling mint I've ever come across.
Michael, we're going to get some batata, some potatoes.
Batata, you call them?
Batata, yeah.
Batata? Let me bargain with him.
Yeah, okay, I will
Okay.
let you do that. Shahal. It means how much?
How much?
You know, he said 100.
Yeah, because I'm tall, huh?
Yeah, you have to bargain with
Maybe
him.
40 for this.
قالك 40
No, 20.
قالك 20 بركة عليك.
20.
He said whatever you like.
Whatever I like. You know what? I like the first price. Thank you. 100.
أنا جاي.
Fresh lamb?
It seems odd to see raw meat in the desert heat, but it works because most rural families don't have refrigeration. Their meat is killed, cooked, and safely consumed all on the same day.
Very fresh. They kill it this morning and they bring it here. شحال كيلو بعدا شحال كيلو.
Look at that. It looks like he made it himself.
Yeah, Daddy made it here.
He did make that.
Made
That's
it
a
himself.
heavy knife.
You want to?
Yeah, let me try
Yeah,
one.
بغيت يقطع بها بغيت يقطع بهذا المقدار بغيت يقطع.
Get those fingers back.
That's good.
Tell him it should be 250 because I did all the work.
قالك خصك تنقص له النص لأنه هو اللي قطعه. He said you have to add the double because you learned how to cut. To use the knife.
Okay, so why don't we say 350 then?
Okay.
The price he asked for.
Yeah.
Shukran.
The market had everything, including a traveling spice merchant. Even in the desert, Moroccans care about their spices.
So some turmeric, some paprika, coriander, a little bit of cinnamon, a lot of cumin. Look at that.
We're gonna get just a little bit of the ras al-hanout. Al-hanout means the head of the shop, means everything in a spice shop.
Oh, look, I can't wait to smell it. It's very nice. This, for me, is one of the things that I came to Morocco to see.
But it's gonna go there.
With a trunk full of fresh local ingredients, we headed back out into the desert to the traditional Moroccan home of Lassen's family friends.
Thank you for having me. Abdullah. Nice to meet you. Hi. Thank you. Thank you.
It's time to get cooking, to experience the real Moroccan kitchen up close and personal. But first things first, when you're invited into a desert home, you're always welcomed with traditional desert hospitality.
What do we have here?
He's gonna prepare the tea, the mint tea.
In front of the guests.
On front of the guest. gonna put mint and sugar.
That's a lot of mint. That's good. Look at this.
Squat.
Squat. Sugar.
It's not just having tea.
No.
People have a conversation, talk about the family, about the children,
sure.
about life, about the fields, about the animals, about
Yes,
everything.
about everything.
Everything.
This is my first food experience in Morocco, and it's simply mint tea, but it's a lot more than mint tea. It's a lot of guys sitting around enjoying themselves, giving each other a hard time a little bit, having some fun. Just having some fun. It's universal. Thank you. Shukran.
Shukran.
How many are we cooking for?
Like 20 people.
So look at that. Does that ever smell good? Couscous! Couscous! Couscous!
Morocco is world-renowned for its fresh flavors, its aromatic spices, and its colorful cuisine. But mysteriously, all of these flourish in a desert culture. I'm here to explore why with my friend, Chef Lassen Bouki.
Michael, we're gonna start with the tagine. While the tagine is cooking, we're gonna make the couscous.
Excellent.
Tagine is the name of the distinctively shaped cooking vessel and the stew-like dish prepared within it.
She puts salt to attract, make onion sweet. Spices too, to bring their own oils outside.
And which spices are those?
This is the mixture, the ras al hanout.
That's the ras hanout.
The ras al hanout, the mixture, yeah.
Ras el hanout is uniquely Moroccan. It sometimes includes 15 or more distinct flavors.
And she's gonna add a little bit of the mixture of paprika and cumin.
Is this saffron?
Yeah, this is ground saffron.
Brown saffron.
Unlike most stews around the world, tagines don't begin with browning meat. In the desert, that would require too much precious fuel.
You don't need each time to see and look how is it. You just like cover it, that's it.
The shape of the tagine pot evolved to reflect the limited resources of the desert.
I have a tagine just like this at home, and I use it all the time. But one thing I never understood is what this hole is for on top of the tagine. Mine has one just like it, and apparently it's for filling up with cold water, because when you do, it keeps the top chilled, and that means the condensing process works even better.
The vessel's shape allows the meat to simmer and tenderize with just a small amount of precious water. The water simmers and rises into the comb, where it quickly condenses and rolls back down the sides into the food. The water constantly cycles, so the tagine doesn't need stirring by a busy cook with lots of other things to do. Ingenious.
Is it normal for everybody to pitch in and help out like this? Yeah.
Michael, she's gonna start the couscous.
Is that what that is? Couscous?
Yeah, that's the couscous.
Can I help? I've never done this.
Yeah, you can help.
And what are we trying to do? Work the water into it? Sort of rubbing it back and forth?
Yeah.
Breaking it up into little pieces?
Breaking it, yeah, and then we're gonna sip it.
We started with
It's really simple.
a basic whole wheat flour.
Yeah.
Some water has been added to it. And we're now sort of rubbing the flour in such a way that instead of having one giant ball of dough, we have a whole bunch of tiny little ones, and now we're sifting it. Cookbooks will tell you how to make something, but they never quite explain why. Couscous is really just an efficient way to take a given volume of flour and quickly turn it into a meal.
In the desert, couscous is also very efficient. It's made with minimal water, and it's cooked with minimal water.
So we're making a lamb stew here,
Yeah, here.
and as it boils, the steam goes through the holes, the couscous is here,
Yeah.
and that's what gives the couscous its flavor. The tagine is simmering, the couscous is steaming, and I'm standing on the roof of the house. I find this house quite fascinating, actually, because from a distance, it just looks like a sort of big block house in the middle of the desert. But once you get inside, you realize that it's a system of courtyards.
The family lives up front. A vigilant dog on the roof keeps watch over everything, the house, livestock out back, and an oven. And all of this in the shadow of the Atlas Mountains.
Thank you. Shukran.
Bon appetit. The spring of the...
Oh, what a flavor. And the spices.
It's very rich. Follow your mouth with the...
Incredible. This is one of the most flavorful things I've ever eaten in my life. Perhaps the best part of this experience is how communal it is.
Yes.
The fact that we're all sitting here together,
Yes.
enjoying this and sharing this food together. This is very special. Couscous! Couscous! This is like we did in Jordan with the mansa. Form it into a ball, roll it around a little bit, get it nice and tight, and then without touching your mouth.
Yes. That's it. Like that.
Not
That's
bad for a
good. Well
beginner,
done.
huh?
Good job.
This is the first time that I've actually eaten fresh couscous. It's got tooth, but it's al dente, like good pasta. It's really good. The spices, again, the spices. Oh, thank you to the family for inviting me to share this.
You're welcome.
Thank you, everybody.
نشكر بزاف نون صحيت نون نون
Shukran, shukran. Thank you so much. So what are we going to do in Marrakesh? So they offer their oven as a service to the neighborhood. Well, it's not every day I get to stare a cobra in the eye.
Marrakesh, Morocco, the historical crossroads of ancient caravan trading routes, a traditional terminus for the spices of the world, a place where cultures and flavors from afar have long flown through the souks, the local markets. And nowhere is all of this more prized and obvious than in the most distinctive spice shops I've ever seen.
So this is the sort of section of town here in Marrakesh where everybody comes to buy spices?
Yeah, it's a very good place for the spices. لاباس عليك. I'm Michael Ben Ali.
Hello.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I will come.
Oh, look at that. I want to take a picture of that. That's just too beautiful. This is one of the images of Morocco that I've seen so many times before, but I've never actually been in the middle of it.
Yeah.
What is everybody's favorite spice when they come here? What's the one that everybody buys?
You buy something like 45 spice mixed, you buy paprika, you buy saffron, you buy chili pepper, you buy cumin, coriander, ginger, cinnamon, and black pepper.
One thing I've always heard about in the world of Moroccan spices are these Ras Al Hanout.
Ras Al Hanout, head of shop, king of spices.
When you make the mixture, which spices do you prefer?
Cardamom.
Cardamom. We'll start with some cardamom.
Mace.
Mace. This grows on the outside of nutmeg.
Every Moroccan spice merchant takes great pride in their Ras Al Hanout, literally the head of the shop, their own secret blend of spices that combines a strong spicy kick with floral fragrances and subtle nuances into an overall robust flavor. Somehow, Ras Al Hanout is magically greater than the sum of its parts.
Galangal?
Yeah.
From Thailand.
From Thailand, yeah.
So this is it?
This is it, yeah.
And how many did we put there? I lost track. 15?
Like 15 or 16.
Let's put some licorice
Yeah.
fruit in.
Regulis.
Half. Maybe just a little bit more cardamom. Okay, now it's my blend.
Inshallah.
Now I'm the head of the shop. Custom blend.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's just amazing. Thank you.
Next time, inshallah.
Thank you.
شكرا بزاف
شكراً.
الله عليك. الله تسير. Okay, man.
Very, very special. Thank you.
As we explored further into the souk, Lassen told me that every Islamic neighborhood needs 5 things.
It's the water, the Quranic school, a mosque, a public bath, and a bakery.
A bakery where people bake their own bread.
So anybody can come and use this oven.
Yeah, everybody can come and use this oven.
Everybody
as you
here,
see,
they've made their
everybody-
own bread at home.
Yeah, I'm making it at home and bring it.
They bring the dough here, so that they offer their oven as a service to the
It's a service
neighborhood.
to the neighborhood. Yeah.
Really? You think you'd mind if I jump in and have a look?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I want to see inside the oven. It goes back 30 feet. It's enormous. And what makes it fascinating for me is that The chimney is actually here, above the opening. So in effect, air has to be able to flow in the bottom of this opening, feed the fire, and then the smoke has to be able to come out the same opening, out of the top of the opening, and then jet right up that chimney. It takes a lot of skill to keep an oven like this going. There's easily 100 loaves of bread baking in there right now. Some of them have a little ways to go, some don't. So he's got to somehow keep a system going, and it looks like he's got it figured out. Can we taste that?
Oh, yeah, taste.
And this is not like a white flour bread. This has got a nice whole wheat smell to it. This would be a staple food for the neighborhood, wouldn't it?
Yeah, just this with olive oil.
That's all you need when it's this
Oil
good.
with a glass of tea.
As we left, it occurred to me that in a desert culture with scarce fuel, it makes absolute sense that a neighborhood would pool their resources and share an oven. The Medina of Marrakesh. This ancient walled city is famous for its central market square, Jama el Fana. It's such a unique cultural treasure that the United Nations has declared it a World Heritage Site.
This feels like a giant circus out here. I'm surrounded by magicians and musicians and snake charmers, monkey tamers. There's storytellers, there's fortune tellers, and a guy who keeps walking around trying to give me some mint tea. And best of all, later today, all of this transforms into a huge open-air food market, one of the most famous ones in the whole world. Tonight, I'm going to spend the evening at the market helping a family set up their stand and operate a restaurant. I'm here to help them out. This operation is going to be a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. We're going to have to hustle tonight, I can tell. Kebab for this man.
In a few hours, Marrakesh's Jama el Fana Square is going to be transformed into a bustling, chaotic nighttime food market. And I'm going to be in the middle of the action helping Madame Rashida Aidoni and her family.
Oh my God.
Oh, we're on the roof. I'm getting it. This is the prep kitchen. This is where all the vegetables get prepped. All this food that I see, this is today's food? This is only
This
for
is
today?
only for today's food.
Fresh,
Every day
start
goes
from scratch, every
yeah,
day.
every day from the market to the square.
Yeah, that's a great skill. I thought I knew how to cut a potato, and I'm over here getting schooled. See, for me, I gotta go like this. Let me see your hand. See, everything's there. All 10 fingers, no problem.
In a short time, we've prepped enough food to feed the Moroccan army. It's time to set up shop.
No, just wait a minute. That was his one. I didn't cut those. Here, I'll trim it down, don't worry. I thought we were together on the potato team. Time to start loading up.
Allah.
With the day's prep done, we're ready for business. But opening this family restaurant is not as easy as putting a sign in the window and turning on the lights. We've still got some heavy lifting to do.
This is all the gear that it's going to take to set up the restaurant. The tables, the chairs, the grills, the awning. We're setting up the Moroccan salads first. 15 minutes ago, this was just blank pavement here. Then everything arrived at the same time, and now it's all getting set up. And I feel like I'm in the middle of a well-oiled machine because everybody knows exactly what they should be doing right now, except for me. The sun's starting to go down, which means that people all over town are getting ready to go out for supper, which means that not very long from now, this place is going to be slammed. Kebab for this man. Okay, look at that. Okay, hello, come for the food, stay for dinner. Come for dinner, come for dinner. Out here, it's survival of the fittest. noticed, I'm surrounded by hundreds of food stands, and all of us are competing for the same crowd. So you got to make a lot of noise. We've got to draw attention to ourselves, and it's working. Our tables are full. Over there, empty tables. Couscous, couscous. In essence, this is a restaurant with everything that a restaurant normally has. With a chef, with cooks, with waiters, even with the maitre d's. One little bit of water. Get your hands wet. Ah, squeeze it up. So this is the keftar, the famous Moroccan grilled meat. This is a mixture of lamb and beef and spices. And once it comes off the grill, it's really good. A little more cumin.
Very rich.
It's all about the cumin.
Exactly.
We were surrounded by other Moroccan flavors, so I couldn't resist taking a break and having a taste. But not everything.
Now, what are these guys roasting here? What are these? Snails?
Yes.
Any particular spices that they do with snails?
You see bay leaf. They have here a bay leaf.
Bay leaf?
Like this.
Oh, licorice. Licorice, amazing. So I thought this market was going to be all tourists. It's not. Most of the people here are Moroccans.
After avoiding the desert heat all day, when the sun goes down, Moroccans can't wait to get outside and socialize and eat.
Come for dinner, #1 Marrakesh, come for dinner. And these are the memories that I'm taking home with me. Spending time with a family in their restaurant. We're proud of the food, showing off what we're doing. This is universal as far as I'm concerned. Good times in Morocco. And the best part about all this is I don't feel like a tourist. You know, I feel like I've actually been right in the middle of the food.
Exactly.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome.